review with Sean Serak. I am Sean Keenan Torres here. Of course, I am joined along with.
And it's your boy Serak the mic. What's popping?
Pretty good, man. Not much, not much. It's another week. We're hitting spring weather here in Tampa.
We
That's
we
everywhere else
we
is summer.
are. We are. You know what's funny? I was just listening to the Weather Channel, and let me just retract. This past weekend, it was kind of chilly. I wasn't chilly, but it was like, it was like 60s, low 50s at night. But yeah, on the Weather Channel, it's supposed to be 90 degrees tomorrow. That's insane.
Yeah, 90. I saw it said 85, but that was like Sunday or Friday or something. Some crap.
Yeah, but that shit is like, I don't know what to wear sometimes. Like
yesterday, today, I went out to go to, I had a dentist appointment. So I went to go to a dentist. I put on some shorts. Perfect, because like 82 degrees, hot, and put on shorts. I get home, as soon as I get back into the house, I'm like, oh, it's cold. I got to put pants on.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you gotta I think everybody has like one part of their body gets a little colder than the other, right? And it's different. Some people always gotta have a hoodie on, right? The top gets cold, the legs stay warm. Vice versa, some people always gotta have pants on with no shirt or even a t-shirt. But like yesterday, I had went me and Paige had went to Tampa Bay Grand Prix. Now I say Grand Prix, but I just found out that I've been saying Grand Prix. Apparently that's that's not right because it's French and it's Prix, but it's spelled Prix. And apparently I'm wrong for not knowing that. If you just learned English today and you saw that word, you would be like pricks. Yeah. But it's Grand Prix.
When I was a kid, before I got into IndyCar racing, I used to say pricks as well. But I IndyCar racing, I'm like, okay,
nothing wrong with that. Who cares if it's a French word? I'm in America. I'm gonna say it in the way I know how to say it. But anyway, man, we went to the Grand Prix the Tampa Bay Grand Prix.
So you said Tampa Bay Grand Prix because I know St. Pete has one. I'm waiting to go to St. Pete.
Yeah, so it's two of them. It's one in St. Pete or Clearwater, one of the two, and there's also one in we went to the one by the casino, and it was indoor. So so we went, man, and it was weird, man. I had a hoodie on, I had a hoodie on and some shorts, but man, it was so fun. Like it was like I've gone go-kart race. Everybody says they have gone go-kart racing, but they're kind of just remembering when they were like 6 years old and they were in a go-kart and their dad was probably driving anyway. You know what I mean? Like they hype it up more than it actually was. So yeah, man. Those things were fast, man. Like I'm not really good at gauging speed, but we were going at least maybe like 20 and 25 miles an hour, like around.
Nice.
Oh, is that too fast? I don't know.
Go-kart. That's nice in a go-kart, though. I mean, that's pretty quick in a go-kart. I mean, considering how low you are to the ground, you've nothing around you.
Yeah. And I was driving reckless as hell. I didn't know, because they had bumpers on them. So in my mind, I'm thinking
any different than you normally drive, though.
Well, no,
even 100. I mean, the same.
On the go-karts, though, it's like I'm like, all right, whatever. What's the worst I can have, right? I just buffs up. The shit is built to hit other fucking go-karts. So I'm driving, man. I'm hitting the brake. I'm around every corner. I'm cutting people off, and lo and behold, within the first 3 laps, my go-kart stalls out, or I hit the side of the wall and my wheel kind of turned. So the kids or whatever running the thing, they come over like, oh, you gotta get a new go-kart stalled out. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So then we go to the other tracks, 2 different tracks. And the first time we went, it was just me and her, but then they put us with a group of other people, just probably more fun. And I was same shit. I'm flying around, and apparently I'm driving reckless according to their standards. And before we actually go, they have a list of the best times of the day, and then the best times of the week, and then the all-time best times. And I was asking one of the guys that was kind of putting us in and putting our seatbelts on and stuff. I was like, hey man, what's the secret to beat that that best time? He's like, well, first of all, that's my time. That's up there. I got the the top time. Of course, you all as work here. You got the best time out here. And he was like, well, the first turn. See, I brake only on the first 2 turns. And I'm like, okay, brake on the first 2 turns. I got it. I'm about to beat the hell out of this record. So fast forward, we get on track. We're doing a couple warm-up laps, and there's other people there too in our little group. And I coming around. Now because they can control the go-karts electronically, through a device remotely. I mean,
yeah.
So they like you can do a couple warm-up laps and then they really like let him go full throttle. Once he let me go full throttle, I'm hitting, I'm going. I'm coming around the turn that he told me. He was like, I brake on this turn. I'm like, all right. So I brake, but I kind of brake early a little bit, and my front hit like the nick the side. So I pretty much like spun out, but I'm like facing like the corner. Right. So I'm right. So if you're coming around a corner and you're not paying attention, you're gonna run right into me. And of course, of all the drivers that are in the same, doing the same laps as we are, Paige is of course behind me. And I see this about to happen. And she coming on the corner flying and literally just T-bones the shit out of me. Like if I wasn't prepared for, like, if I didn't see it coming, I don't know, I probably would have been fucked up, but she T-bones me and it's like a loud crash, like, boom. I'm like, shit, hopefully I'm more worried, like, she okay? Like she probably more shocked than me. I look over, I look at her and the helper guy, he's coming over to her and he's giving her a helmet back. I'm like, wait, your helmet flew off? Like she hit me, her helmet flew off. Long story short, I didn't break the record. I stalled about 2 go-karts out. It was fun, but they probably hope they never see me again.
Yeah, they're gonna get a deposit from you next time. You know what?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a deposit guy. He's gonna have a deposit.
I might have to check my bank account to make sure they didn't like, charge you for a $25,000 go-kart. Right. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was definitely a good time.
That's good, man. It's good. Glad you got to get out and enjoy yourself. Everything's open, pretty much open here in Florida. I mean, everything's pretty much open here.
Balls to the wall. Yeah. I feel weird wearing a mask now again.
You do?
I don't feel weird, but like I go to places and then like some people wear a mask and some people are not, and I'm just like, it's like you got to choose a team. You team mask, you team no mask. Like you got to pick a side.
I know it's weird. I mean, like even when we went places, even when you and I went places, I was still pretty much wearing the mask inside. Outside, it was kind of, whatever. Inside, I was covered up.
Right.
That's just how it goes now, man. I mean, now that there's no mandate in the state, there's in the county, but not in the state, or in the city, there's not in the state. It's wild, wild west, pretty much. You can do whatever you want to. And I'm to the point now where I don't care. I'm not going to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a reason. There's a reason.
You got a good reason. And what happened? So what happened recently to you to where you feel as if you ain't got to wear a mask no more?
Yeah, see, exactly. Because as you know, I'm an avid mask wearer. Wouldn't know to look at, the pictures that we briefly post online, but I am. But now I was fortunate enough to get my vaccine. And I know some people say, oh, you were fortunate. We ain't fortunate. You ain't fortunate. Yeah, I was Army. We used to get poked all the time. So whatever, it is what it is. So now I'm vaccinated. I went and got the shot. Here it is. Here's the proof.
Oh shit! Wait, let me see.
Went and got the
Pull
shot.
it up. Oh, he got the he still got the Band-Aid. He still got the proof. That's what you got to do now, man. You got to pull up the arm sleeve. Like, yeah, you see this Band-Aid? Yeah, vaccinated.
No. See, they're gonna do what's kind of funny is they're gonna do what we did in the Army, and they're gonna give you a vaccination card. Looks like this.
Oh damn! I don't know. This is reminiscence of World War II, ain't it? Star vaccination. I can't see it. Damn. Hold on. You don't want to be giving people out your information. Hold on.
I put my birthday.
Right. Like, it looked like a white piece of like. I know. You showed a white piece of paper. Like, yeah, look, I got it done. Like, this dude just is at the back
somewhere. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
it literally looks like a white piece of paper.
That's exactly what it looks like too. And some like guru's gonna like look at our video and go, "Oh, I can pull that up." And like,
yeah. Well, actually, when you turn to the side a little bit, I can kind of see.
There we go.
I can see the words. There we go.
So
you got to insert it.
So you can kind of see.
You gotta
like kind of like this.
Swipe your vaccine.
It looks like this. Hey, I wouldn't put it past them because they're gonna make it where you can't even leave the country, or you can't get into another country without having a vaccine passport. That's really the wrong reason why my wife's gonna do it.
So you think they're gonna like integrate them with like your passport?
Actual passport? Yeah, I think so. Something
you might as well.
I mean, it affected the entire world. I mean, if it didn't do that, it wouldn't be a big deal. But in the entire world, you can't. There's not a country that wasn't touched.
Do you think like countries like say for instance like you try to go to I don't know, Cambodia. I don't know why I thought of Cambodia, but you got to have proof of like your vaccination. Like you pull out, like, is there like quality vaccination cards? Like if you pull out the Pfizer, they'd be like, oh shit, he got the like a black card, like an American Express. Like, oh shit, he got the Pfizer, and then someone else pulls out like, some backyard vaccine company.
Well, think about the way they got it now, right? They've advertised AstraZeneca is good, but not good. Is now good again. That's the AstraZeneca one that we don't even have here. You got Johnson & Johnson that was made here, but took a while to get out there. But then you had Pfizer, who's like, I'm the big dog in the camp. And they came out swinging.
I forgot Johnson. Like, I just think of baby lotion when I think of Johnson & Johnson. Like the picture of a pink bottle just pops in my head every single time. So like when I heard they're making vaccines, I mean, obviously I'm sure I know they're farmers, they got the tech and all, they're a pharmaceutical company, they can do whatever they want. But like in my mind, like it's just ingrained that they just got baby lotion and stuff. So I'm like, damn, why the hell is a baby lotion company making vaccines? I don't trust that. You kidding me? It only works for babies.
I mean, there's something I guess I should have looked up before the show, but what I think when I think of Johnson, I think of their no tear shampoo and baby powder. The baby shampoo and the baby powder. That's what I think about.
Why is no tear shampoo just for babies?
Yeah, they got baby shampoo, no tears. I mean, it's not just for babies. I mean, but I don't know. I thought that it wasn't like that, I guess. I didn't know they were in the pharmaceutical game. I knew they made like home care products, but not like like, am I taking like what's a big one? What's a big deal? Xanax. There you go. Xanax. Okay. I'm taking the Xanax. Did Johnson & Johnson make the Xanax or did Pfizer make the Xanax? I didn't know Johnson & Johnson was even in the pill game. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like, are they even in? Like, did they just start that shit up like ASAP? Like, you know what? Like, they were just making lotions and shampoo and baby powder, and then Corona came. They was like, you know what? We got like an extra like billion. I mean, I guess we can get in a pharmaceutical game. I mean, how hard could it be? And they just put together a vaccine. It's like, damn, that was easy. And people eat that shit up. Like, maybe I should get in the pharmaceutical game. Like, yeah, I get that like drug dealers like selling vaccines on the low. Like, yo, I got that one shot. Dude over there got the 2 shots. I ain't got time to come back 2 weeks later.
I got the one. Hey, I'm telling you, man, the way if you go, the first time I went up there, it was crowded. It was packed. Well, I'll say packed for a hospital, which everyone was in the line outside, but the room wasn't so packed. But yesterday when I went up there, empty.
Really?
Empty. Yeah.
So either you got there early or you got there late.
It was 5:30, 5:15, somewhere around there. So the hospital was closed. But it was after work time. And the last time I got there was at the same time. That's the appointment time they gave me. And no, the last time I got there at 6. I'm sorry. Last time I got there at 6. It was the appointment time they gave me. So
aren't they having issues with having like too much vaccine, which sounds kind of weird, but like having like, because doesn't it like go bad after a while or something like that?
Now that it's kept it at whatever temperature it's supposed to be kept at. No, the issue is they don't have enough patients now. So like the crowd they were doing, the 65 and up crowd and the healthcare and all that, they've pretty much been done.
Right.
They're pretty much done now. And so there's nothing like I walked in and they're sitting there playing on their phones because there's nothing else for them to do right now because we haven't lowered it here anymore. So to a better to a lower age. You were just sitting there looking and can't get anything.
Yeah. Or like, is that like how, like, imagine you in the position of, I mean, you could say, we could say the president just for this instance, right? So you got a pandemic that came out of nowhere the past year and maybe a little bit long, we'll say 1.5 years just to be safe. And it's all, there's these giant shutdowns and, the economy is being affected. The world economy has been affected. People are dying. People are getting sick. There's no, there's no cure or anything like that. And then and everybody's upset, depressed. And then there's this race to create this vaccine. And, we're dumping all this money into this research and stuff like that. And then you finally get a breakthrough and we have a vaccine, not super, not 100% effective, but, a pretty good one. And then you got people that's like, I don't know if I want to take it. Like, how mad would you be? Like, bro, you have to be kidding me. Like I shut down the country. I gave y'all free money. All this comes with a pandemic. Now I got a vaccine, and you mean to tell me that it's just vaccines just sitting out there in the freezer because motherfuckers don't want to take it?
There's a whole section. I mean, I won't say a huge section because there's no real polls or anything. But there's a large section of the American population that has no intention of taking this vaccine.
I mean, I'm not like I don't. Okay, so I haven't gotten the vaccine. I might. I don't know. Do I need to? If I already had COVID, so do I need to get a vaccine?
So I don't think you do, but at the same time, they say because of the other variant, the other UK variant or Brazil variant or whatever it is. Because of those
what up, bro? Like, what if the vaccine came with an accent too? Hello, mate. I'm the Australian vaccine, mate. I'm the Australian strand, mate. You're not prepared for this, mate. Trust me.
That would be funny. That would be, oh my God. I could just imagine.
Like a TV show with COVID with different accents, Jamaican accents, all types of shit.
Don't give them ideas because that's the only thing on TV right now. It's everything that was filmed during COVID. So everyone's wearing a mask. Like all these actors are wearing a mask. And you're like, who are you?
Yeah. That's the thing. Oh
God. You get a new actor right now because then you're just screwed because every show you're doing, no one knows who the hell you are.
I kind of like want, and now like I'm so like used to wearing a mask. Well, I don't know if I'm like used to wearing a mask. Like I think I'll be okay without wearing one, but I still have like that. Like if I go somewhere and I don't have my mask with me, or it's in a car, I have that oh shit, I forgot my mask feeling.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm also like I'm okay with wearing masks. Like it's funny, my dad, he told me that like, because they're up in Michigan, it's still freaking freezing up there, but like. He kind of like wearing a mask, so he said keeps his face warm. He's
remember what I said back at the beginning of football season.
Uh-huh.
Remember what I said at the beginning of football season? I was like, right now they hate it, but as soon as the winter hits, they can be wearing that thing like crazy. They'll be loving it.
Maybe in their old house wearing a mask, like you don't have to wear that. Like eyes freezing, my whole cheeks, my teeth.
And notice once late October, November hit, and they were up in the northern states. They had no problem keeping that mask up. Now down here, when they were playing in Tampa Bay or whatever, the mask would slip, fall, whatever. But they're up there, that mask never slipped, never fell.
Nope.
Unless the coach was like extremely pissed off, that mask they put.
They got high quality masks up there. That's what it is. Just like when people I always tell people like you can't buy like winter stuff in Florida for like up north state. You got to get your stuff from there. You gotta get your winter stuff from there. That's the only way. Just like, certain masks you just gotta get. You need them thick, scarf looking masks that cover your whole face. You gotta get from up north, man. Down here, I seen a dude at the bar. He had a see-through mask.
He got the see-through mask. I haven't seen one. I have not seen one out in person yet.
It was ridiculous.
You gotta describe.
It was just like it looked like he had like
smushed lips.
No, it looked like he had like a thong on his face because you really couldn't see like. All you can see was the outline, like a white outline of something on his face, because you couldn't see through the plastic was transparent. You can't really see it. But I was like, bro, just
wear the mask. Yeah.
Just either wear a normal mask or like take this shit off. Man. You look ridiculous. And it's a bar. People are trying to look for some sort of attention. So
again, I mean, and that's what I think the people who came out with it is they know it's just a gimmick. Mm-hmm. Like the medical professionals, they wear those like masks that don't move or whatever. That's fine. But the ones you're talking about, that's just a gimmick. I mean, who really wants, besides that guy in the bar, who really wants to wear a mask that's see-through that had your face all swooshed up?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, your face looks weird when it's like, it's a reason why it's covered and not see-through. Because if you like this, like your lips all smooshed together. Exactly. I was like, bro, what's wrong? And that's what I first noticed. I was like, what's wrong with this guy's face? And then I was like, oh, he's wearing a see-through mask, but like he doesn't realize that it looked like his lips are swollen and his nose is like crunched up against,
Exactly. And then you're crazy. Like, the other thing is you're sitting there going, when you wear a mask, there's certain things you do behind your mask. Like you kind of check your breath a little bit, you might lick your teeth or whatever. There's certain things you do behind the mask.
I do weird stuff. I do that.
Exactly. I blow out mine because the nose keeps coming in, so I blow it out.
Yeah.
You do weird things. But the see-through mask, you're going to forget that mask is see-through, and you're still going to do those same stupid things.
But all you did is
imagine a woman walking up in the bar and turning, he's like, hey, mama. And that's what he's doing.
What's up, girl? Yeah, you about to be on the, I almost broke my damn chair. You about to be on the sex offenders list for for a see-through mask is the way you I'm sorry. But yeah, man, that dude was wild, man. I wish I would took a picture, but he was moving too fast.
Man. That would have been good to put
on. So today, I don't know if you know, is Peyton Manning's birthday, one of your favorites. He's a Denver Bronco, he's a Indianapolis Colts, but there's also one of your favorites. One of your favorite players so last week we kind of touched on it, and it was, we kind of laughed about it.
It was already rough for me.
And when there's allegations, from what I'm learning now, it seems to be if you got one, you definitely got like 20. Because your boy went from 1 to 2 to 10 to 12 to 14. Yeah. Now where's he at right now?
So the story is breaking every single day, and that's really because the attorney representing the woman.
Right.
They're releasing him pretty much every day, and now we're up to 14 women.
Oh, God.
The overall number, now that we know, is going to be 24, but he's going to keep the drop of them daily to keep it in the news.
Is it 24 different women?
24 different women. But here's the caveat.
How does he have time for that many massages from 24 different people?
That's the issue I have with the story. He flew them in. Well, some he flew in. Some were somewhat local. And he, but none of them were professional. If that makes sense. Like
professional. So he just flew in some chicks to touch them.
He flew in some women who claimed they were massage therapists.
Okay.
They give massages. Some of them were not licensed to do it. One person had only gave one other professional massage ever.
I think we all have probably given at least one so-called professional massage.
Everything that we're about to say over this next segment is alleged. Everything.
Yeah.
So because there's gonna be a lot. But he would fly them in or bring them in, whatever. And the story is it would start with his legs. He would coerce them to go towards to do like
dress down to your comfort zone,
and then it's growing. But if I'm the woman, and I know they're in the room with a big guy.
Now they know who he is, right? It's never exactly, just they're not like a random. Yeah, like they know who he is as a star.
That were DM. So I mean, they were like following him or whatever. These are people who know him. Not know him, but know who he is, what he does.
Yeah, it wasn't like he called like a place and like they sent somebody out type deal. This is like he, one-on-one type deal.
He messaged them personally, and that's one of the current things that he asked for the massage. But he says in the text that in the text messages that he's asking for a massage. So now that I was going to say one woman. Now, before I say, women should be believed. Definitely should be believed, but I happen to know everyone lies. There's not a single person in this world who has never told a lie. And some people will lie for a money gain, and for the money gain.
But 20 people?
And 20 is a lot. 20 is a lot. The issue I have, because unlike
I don't think I've gotten 20 massages in my life.
I haven't either. Unlike the Bill Cosby thing, none of these are criminal. Like there's been no criminal case.
It's he said, she said, pretty much, right?
It's a he said, she said. But one of the victims, Jane Doe number 3, one of the alleged victims, Jane Doe number 3, stated that she wanted $30,000 or $50,000. I believe it was $30,000 to keep silent about their consensual act that she discussed with his business manager, and also had her business manager discuss it with his business manager.
Does he have a girlfriend or wife?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so he's good. This is just the typical, he's trying to spit game, right? It's COVID, you kind of limited. So he's like, what, maybe I'll get someone who, I know can work remote and fly out. I mean, I'm not defending Deshaun Watson, but I don't think all 20 are true. But I think some are.
Some might be true. Some might just be blackmail or just, a way to keep him in Houston. Until this actually even hits the courts, we have no idea. And the question is, will it ever hit the court? Because you're at 20, it's going to be a total of 24 total.
Jesus.
That's a large settlement to make.
Yeah.
Even if you just want it to go away, those are large settlements to make.
What's gonna be key is if they got like screenshots of like the DMs. That's
key. That's key. And and in the DMs, he's asking for a massage, not for.
So he's keeping it like professional, right? He's not like, hey man, I need a happy ending.
No, just letting you know now. He does state in the message that I need my groin area massage as well. You want to massage my groin area. So that can be taken two different ways. Now, here's the thing: if you're not a professional, I know, right? Massage, like, I don't. How do you interpret that? Okay, well, I'm just here like this. You just got DM by your favorite hottest person, all right, out of the blue. You have it advertised that you're a massage therapist, but it's not licensed. You don't have like a business or anything. It's just
right. You work remote.
Yeah. Now, there's someone that you like, would love to chat with, whatever, hits you up, says, hey, I need a massage. But because of football, whatever, and I'm willing to give you a chance. You want to give me a chance. So, and they're in the course of the conversation, say, okay, well, this kind of massage I need. And once she mentions the groin area, what's the first thought that's going to come to your head?
Yeah. He wants a happy ending because nobody says, I need a massage, but just my groin. Wank, wank. Yeah. And not only that, like, okay, so I know, I mean, I don't want to say I know, but I assume not all the allegations were from girls from Instagram or online. I assume some had to be like facilitated with the team. And, from a third party standpoint, like, so if someone.
That's the thing. None of them were, that's one of the biggest issues, that none of them were facilitated by the team.
Oh, okay. Well, then if that's the case, it's like no guy, or even, I mean, girls may do it, but like no guy reaches out to, some Instagram model who's also a massage therapist, fly them out to get a massage. Like, from the girl's point of view, it's like, first thing I'd be thinking is like, why are you asking me? Like, why aren't you asking like someone in your area or like someone affiliated with the team? Right. So once you like agree to that, then you gotta know what he's implying. Right. Yeah. He's probably getting cabin fever because he's been stuck inside all day. It's COVID. He has to stay in a bubble with the team, and he's trying to get some outside love. And that's it. Deshaun Watson has a weird way of flirting, but I think that's, that goes with it.
A lot of pro athletes are awkward when it comes to dating.
Yeah, because they're thinking about their reputation. Yeah,
one thing, and that's what has their entire attention. So
exactly,
their love life is awkward
because he can't just he needs an out, right? Because him and his status, he can't just hop in somebody's DMs and start flirting. No, they be like, damn, Deshaun Watson in my DMs. It's a big deal. And so he's like, all right, so how do I? Yeah, so how do I kind of work around that? Well, how make it professional? Hey. I don't know what he started off with, but see you do massages. My groin hurts. I will fly you out. Like, all right, I guess that's a pickup line in Deshaun Watson's world. So that's what happened. Now, the only thing is, when those numbers start to climb from 2 to 3 to 10 to 14 or whatever it is now, that's when it's like, all right, maybe that's just his go-to like hookup type route, but. Yeah. The way they making it seem is like he's like a serial massage happy ending.
I don't know. Is what they call it. They call it sexual predator. Now, we just defended Deshaun. Now, you know me, and he's my guy, but I gotta keep it real. Yeah. There's one instance, Jane Doe number 9. Mm-hmm. Now hers is a little more. Well, if hers is true. There's like a criminality aspect to it.
Oh, damn.
Because she asserts that he grabbed her. That he kept inching her closer to growing. And she stated no, she didn't want to. But he kept egging her on, and eventually got over sets from her.
Oh damn! So that's kind of rape. That's rapey.
Well, and that's kind of what some of the others are saying, sort of, kind of. But here's where it gets where it gets a little criminal. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the law, you have to. When it comes to rape, you have to have, because rape is most time he said, she said, and like the person goes to a doctor, has a kit done, along those lines. Absent of any of that, if the person makes a declaration to another person during that time, like immediately after or within a very close
like apologize period, or like say,
no,
hey,
not
sorry.
the person who did it, not the person who did it. I'm talking about the victim makes a declaration to someone else, a friend, a family member, whoever, immediately after or pretty much the same day, in a close proximity time period of the action. If they make a declaration, now you have quote unquote proof, or at least a obligation to investigate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now the Jane Doe number 9, what happened there is she did oral sex, ran right out, said that she was shaking the entire time. He even said that Sean noticed. Went home, didn't go home, went back to the business, called her mother. Her mother came and picked her up, and she told her mother and her friend.
Oh, damn. You tell your mama, you know what happened. Damn, that's, damn, Deshaun, what are you doing?
Now, if you were my kid and that happened, my daughter.
Oh, I'm fine. We're going back. I'm calling the cops. I'm like, cops, we got a dead body at this address. Yeah. I'm like, who died? Like, Deshaun was about to die. Yeah, that's.
And moms would probably say the same thing. Look, call the cops, get it done.
Yeah.
So what the shady part there is, I don't understand. But that's the only one that's like, okay, something might have really happened.
But that's all it takes. Honestly, that's all it takes is that one story like that, and I believe her. You know, it's like, I mean, it sounds like something a guy would do, you know. Like, I'm sorry, it just does. It sounds something like someone of his stature would do, and he probably, and like the intentions, like going through his head, his intentions probably weren't like, oh my god, hopefully she doesn't think that, you know, that this is some form of assault. No, but you understand, man, like from her point of view, this shit is fucking traumatizing, right? It's not like you can fight the guy. He's bigger than you. He has more money, more power, more, you know, more support. So like, you know, when you bring out those type of allegations, they're probably true because you know what you're going up against. And the only bad part is the timing. That's it. You know, he's coming up for a new contract. He's trying to get out of Houston. He's about to get paid an enormous amount of money, and then this pops up. Like, it's just, that's like you kind of hurt yourself when it pops up like that.
There's a lot of coincidences in this story though, because okay, so you have, this is go with the coincidences here. You have the lawyer for the woman and the owner of the Texans are neighbors and friends.
That's kind of weird too.
You have the first filing of first even indication of something going on was December 28th, a month after he told the Texans, around a month after he told the Texans.
Okay, so they knew about this. They knew about this beforehand.
It's in December 28th.
And when did he want to get out? Well, the season was still going on in December, right?
Yeah, but he already told him in November he was done.
So maybe that's why they didn't give him a contract, because they knew that was going to happen.
Oh no, he already has a contract with them. He got $330 million contract.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to timeline. I'm trying to think. So they knew about it way before.
He got the contract in August. The team didn't know. The team didn't know anything about this. No one knew anything until December 28th. And even then, I don't think the team knew. Only the lawyer and the woman knew.
Yeah.
The other coincidence is, how is it that all 24 women have one attorney? The same attorney.
Maybe
and,
like,
and they all knew who to contact.
Yeah, I think they knew they knew ahead of time.
California, Atlanta.
Yep, they knew ahead of time, and they were just waiting. They were just waiting. But it's almost like, no, I'm saying, but like
the first incident happened in December. There's nothing they know ahead of time. That's the issue.
Maybe there were past instances where, like, you know, they kind of just threw it under the bus. I don't know, but I mean, if he did it, yeah, he obviously deserves. I mean, like, I don't like what trouble could he get in? Is what I'm trying to think of.
If it's 24 women and they can prove quite a few of those true, that's life in jail.
That he made them uncomfortable. I mean, it's not a crime to make somebody uncomfortable.
If you rape them, not harass them, if you rape them.
Can you be?
It's still considered rape.
But it's just that one victim, though, right? That number 9, Miss Jane Doe. Or was it multiple ones?
Multiple ones.
Yeah.
Jane Doe number 9 is the only one so far that has the only story that's somewhat provable.
Okay. So what do you think? What's your
has been labeled as blackmail, and the lawyer refuses to identify the other ones so that the Deshaun's lawyer can investigate and say, hey, this is what happened here, this is what happened here. What's
your verdict? What do you think is going to happen?
Man.
Not what you want to happen.
I was about to say what I want to happen is basically what everyone else is saying, that it's a conspiracy, that he'll be fine, and the attorney that's doing all this will be disbarred. That's what I want to happen.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think what happened is there's going to be a few settlements made, a few NDAs signed, non-disclosure agreements signed, and that he's going to have to sit out a year or two.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I think it will still pretty much go away, but he'll be a lot less rich after it.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't think like anybody's like, I will hope no one's out to like just to hurt his career, just to do it. Just to do it. Just because I don't like you, I'm gonna do everything I can to hurt. I think there's like more of a maybe he's gotten away with things that most people can't get away with, or maybe he's used his stature as a top NFL QB to get his way in a lot of things. But I mean, I'm sure he has. So yeah, I think he'll probably have to sit out maybe a season or maybe 2. I don't know. I don't think 2. 2's anything over 1, your career is done, I feel like. But I think at least a season. But with the NFL, man, I don't know, man. They always are under a lot of scrutiny when it comes to any type of situations like this one. So I don't know. And he is like we're talking, and it's not like Deshaun Watson has a history of getting in trouble. I mean, he's like the golden boy, straight from Clemson, won championship, beloved by the NCAA, beloved by the Texans, great teammate, great community, like all these great things. So I think people are probably more disappointed than anything. It's like if Tom Brady did something, if we found out something about Tom Brady, well, I don't know, people probably be happy because a lot of people want him to fail for some reason. So, man, I hope the best, man. I hope everybody gets what they deserve, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, and that's true. And I like I said, I agree with you. I hope none of these women are saying anything just to get money. But at the same time, I also hope my guy didn't do it. So we're in that position where
and the thing is,
also an advocate. So
and it's like
either or.
It's I don't know, because he made a statement saying that he didn't do none of this. So like once you like say I'm innocent, I ain't do none of this, they're trying to just tear me apart, whatever, then you have to go with that. Like you can't if they find out that you're lying or or the truth is kind of grayed a little bit, like you're gonna get way worse than you would have if you just like, damn, I did some inappropriate things, I guess, and I'm sorry, and I'll pay a settlement, and just take the punishment. But if you lie and say you didn't do it and they find out you did, I mean, you pretty much putting a nail in your own coffin. So but speaking of that, man, I had a question. You probably know this better than I do. Who the hell is David Dorbick?
I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know either. But he's been getting in trouble. So
he's popping up on my timeline, and because I don't know who he is.
So
okay, I know who he is.
Yeah, I see his face now. Yeah. Apparently, he's some famous YouTuber who is in a little bit of trouble. Damn, everybody getting in trouble now. What's going on, man? COVID. We got a vaccine now. People are just wilding now. They're going back to crazy.
See, I think we should have some of these YouTube stars on our show, just so they can have their own night show. TV actors have, Jay Leno, not Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, all them.
Yeah.
We do the same thing for YouTubers.
Yeah, they need a show to where you can say whatever the hell you want to say, like to where like controversial figures can say how they really feel, like a show where we could put Deshaun Watson on and he's like, yeah, I did it, or like we could put on David Dobrik, he'd be like, I'm not really sorry, like, you know what I mean, like where you can be honest, man.
You gotta say, the judgment's on you. We just want you to say what you gotta say.
It should be a like a no F's given type network out there that
even
you just do what you want.
Has been back on interviews after all the crap he said about Jews,
Yeah. So do you just is
Mel
it just
Gibson
like
can resurface?
I talked about this another time, but is the cancel culture just too aggressive right now with everything?
It is very aggressive right now. It is very aggressive. I'm not going to say it's too aggressive though, because some of the things that they have went after were very positive things to cancel out. Actually, quite a lot of things were very positive. But then you have these ones on like the fringe part of the Twitterverse, I guess you want to call it.
Right.
They want everything canceled. They just don't like
anything. Right. It's like the only thing that's safe to do is like reviews of toys. Like that's it. Just unboxings and make sure your microphone is off too. Just and no even then,
opinion.
Even then, if you don't like something that should have been liked, bye, you gone. So yeah, man, it's forget all that.
Can't even, and that's the thing. Like it's to the point today. Yes, free speech is free speech, and you have to suffer consequences of
free punishment too, free backlash.
But there is a caveat to that. Some people just have a slip of the tongue sometimes.
Yeah.
And that part, I'm not talking about they slip up and say the N-word, because
that's not a slip of the tongue. That's
I'm not saying
that's how you really feel.
Like, you're talking so fast in like an interview or something, because you're just saying what comes to your mind. Even if you're prepped before, you're just saying what comes to your mind. And sometimes you may say a sentence that is not conducive or even relevant to what you're talking about, and someone takes it out of context, and now it's like, oh no, cancel that person, and that's how, and I think that's
such an aggressive word. Cancel that person. Like when you cancel something, that means you don't want it anymore.
Exactly.
You don't want it to happen. You don't want it anymore.
You're out of society.
You want to delete, overwrite, and act like it recycle trash, empty the trash, delete, wipe the motherboard. I mean, you cancel for real. So
exactly, yeah. It's
and the thing is, I always wonder, like, who decides that? Is it just like is it like a virus? Does it just spread? Does it take one person on Twitter to say, I can't believe that?
Whoever has the most followers on Twitter is the one who decides it. And that's just a stupid thing. I don't care how many followers you have. What makes your point valid is because you have a ton of followers.
Just people believe
you have a ton of followers just because you swallowed a bucket of shit or something.
Doesn't mean anything, man.
Reasons.
Doesn't mean anything. I mean, hell, Jesus had a whole bunch of followers. See what happened to him? No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. You see, I can't even joke like that, right? If I was, a big name and I made that joke, they cancel me.
We're gonna be canceled.
Listen, somebody will pop out the door behind me with a giant axe and just wow. Yeah, don't you talk about Jesus like that? You know what I mean? TD Jakes be on my ass.
I mean, there's a lot of jokes that we had, especially in the 90s. Oh God, the 90s jokes were just so bad, but they were so good.
The TV shows
and so funny. I mean, TV. Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, you in the heat of the night. Oh my God, that was a bad show. But yeah,
so
but some of those jokes are so funny, and you can't even rehash those jokes. Like even to tell other people, it's like, this is so funny. You ask a joke, because now if you do so, you're canceled. You're done.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's not necessarily the joke in terms of whatever you said or whatever you, I won't say whatever you did, but whatever you said. It's just how people react to it. That's how it goes with anything. It's not really what's said; it's how you react to it. Like for instance. And I hate to bring up race, but like, if someone says a term degrading, I don't know, we'll say Mexicans or something, not Mexican, we'll say Hispanics or something like that, right? Like if somebody said it to me, even though it's offensive if someone else heard it, like to me, I want to react the same, because I just like, nah, it's not true. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's honestly, man, it's how you react. And I mean, I know that sounds like regurgitated information, but man, like just don't let shit like that get to you, man. Like if you do, man, you're gonna be, I don't know how you can live with if everything is offensive and everything is just hurting your feelings. And man, like, life's gonna be rough, because there's some people who You know, I always say you think you think you got haters now.
Oh yeah,
you think you got haters now.
Oh, that's it. And this David Dobrik guy, apparently he was pretty well liked, you know, until
and then it's just careers
Dirt
just
Take
gone.
Dom Country. Yeah, he's been active since 2014, and now there's no way that he's going to get any more sponsorships.
Yeah, and also pick a career that's not based, off a platform that they can easily just kick you off of. You know what I mean? That's even worse. Like, what am I fired? You fired me? What are you firing me for? I'm bringing all these subscribers and you firing me? Like, YouTube shouldn't be involved. Like you should be able to post on YouTube, but like they shouldn't like interfere with this type of stuff. They should be like, hey, free speech. We don't care. Like, this is just a platform that people use, not like being able to like ban you or control your content or something. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's their platform. I get it, but it's just like
they got to do it, because if they don't, you're gonna have a bunch of YouTube with nothing but KKK everywhere.
That's very true, though. See, damn, you can't win in this world. I swear you can't.
I mean, the
you can use one thing. You don't know what to choose. Real quick, I forgot to tell you this before, but I have to 5:30, man. I gotta run real quick, and I'm like an hour. I gotta go with Tuttle asked me to do something. I totally forgot it's at 5:30. But do you want to do what the Florida? Okay, perfect. That's what I was gonna ask you, because I didn't want to miss it twice in a row, since I'm undefeated, by the way. But yeah, man, like I don't even know who David Dobrik is, but I kind of feel, should I feel bad for him? I don't know. I don't know what he did. So look, quote me now. I don't know what he did, but I know, he's getting dragged through the mud. It's a race between him and Deshaun Watson right now. They both tied to horses getting dragged through the mud. It's like the Kentucky Derby, but they just getting dragged.
They are, and I hope all this stuff comes. I mean, obviously David Dobrik did, because he's on line saying it. Deshaun Watson's a he said, she said thing currently, and I hope it works out for.
Man, it sounds like a she said thing now. It's just like a she said a lot of stuff, and she said that, and she said she also said that, and those girls, that group of girls over there said that too. Basically, Massage Envy has a picture of Deshaun Watson with an X through it. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Welcome to What the Florida. You already know how the game is played, so let's go ahead and play the game.
Play on.
Florida man arrested after pulling a gun on a cop after officer gave him a ride home. St. Trevor Anderson. Yep. Let me tell you the story real quick. The Florida man is charged with attempted murder of a law enforcement officer after pulling a gun on a cop who had just given him a ride home. The police officer arrested Trevor Henderson on Friday just before 1 a.m. After Officer Jordan Decker gave Henderson and his girlfriend a ride after they appeared heavily intoxicated walking around the downtown square and headed home. After dropping the pair off, the officer heard a loud noise from the house and saw a commotion through a window. According to the report, the woman appeared to be pushed up against the door window, blocking the front door. When the officer knocked on the door, the 32-year-old man pointed a gun at the officer's face. The officer grabbed the gun and wrestled Henderson to the ground. Henderson was asked to drop the gun several times before the scuffle. Idiot. Refused each time.
Idiot. All right.
Yeah.
Dummy. He jail for life.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid. You'll win stupid prizes. Florida man, teacher and wife, who is also a teacher, arrested for smoking marijuana with their students. Of course, I added this story.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that sounds like if I was a teacher, I'd probably, never mind.
Two Florida high school teachers faced a judge for the first time Friday after being arrested for allegedly allowing multiple students to come over to their house and smoke marijuana. James Brand and Amy O'Reilly Brand are both charged with child neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a child. According to court records, the couple, both teachers at Vero High School, allowed students to come over to the house and smoke marijuana since last summer. So basically during COVID.
Jesus Christ.
State that several high school students told the deputies they had smoked marijuana at the house, and some said the pair supplied the marijuana themselves and smoked it with them.
It must be like a teacher's assistant or something.
The couple is also accused of allowing a man to live in their home and have a sexual relationship with a girl under the age of 18.
Yeah, that sounds way worse than the first thing.
I know that's what the hits keep on coming. All right. And the last one. Florida man breaks into Rocco's Tacos to steal alcohol for sober house friends recovering from alcohol addiction.
Oh, what a nice friend. What a nice guy. Don't worry, y'all. I got y'all. What y'all need? Margaritas?
He's arrested a Florida man after he allegedly broke into Rocco's Tacos on Atlanta Avenue to steal alcohol.
Allegedly broke in? Like what?
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
For his friends recovered from alcohol addiction. Police say they found the man covered in blood. After employee called 911 when they found him in the basement. I would say he lied about his name. However, they were able to identify him by his Massachusetts ID as Mike Laporta. Laporta is now charged with burglary, grand theft, and giving false ID to law enforcement officers.
Okay.
He told officers he's bloody because he cut his hands with his knife while he was at work. Later stating he was given the keys to the building from his boss. Then reported charged with chain story and told me he went into the basement to get alcohol for his friends at the sober house he is living at.
All right. Yeah. So that sounds familiar. I'm gonna start this one backwards. I'm gonna say Rocco's Tacos thief was around here. So I'm gonna say Central Florida.
No. Happened in Delray Beach.
That's because I only know of one Rocco's Tacos. That's why.
I didn't know there was a Rocco's Tacos here.
I ain't either. There's one international, and then there's one. No, I think you just say international. All right. 0 for 1. Okay, so teacher smoking weed with the kids, with the students. That's I'm gonna guess here as well. Is that right?
Right outside of Orlando.
Yep. See, probably dude from Rocco's Tacos. All right, 1 for 2. All right. And then a dude pulling a gun on a cop, which is never a good idea in any type of situation, unless you are a cop.
If you think enough, you'll get this one. It's actually pretty easy if you think enough. Think about a place where this is most likely to happen.
Miami, in the South Florida.
Most likely. Now, this is a man who pushed up a woman against the wall with a cop outside his house. Where would something like that happen?
Here? St. Pete?
You're closer here. Ocala.
Okay. See, I was close. All right, 1 for 2. All right, man. Shit, damn. All right, maybe next week I'll get it better. But yeah, man.
Anything else?
That was good, man. I am goated.
All right. Well, since we have to go ahead and run, we're gonna go ahead and call it a show. This has been the Weekly Review with Sean Serak. I am Sean Kenneth,
and it's your boy Serak the Mike. Peace out.
Thank you.
All right.